Hello everyone, Fuzzfinger here and welcome to what may or may not be a new Let's Play. So I'm going to do this episode and we'll see where we go from there. If you guys want to see more of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, then go ahead and let me know in the comments section. I know this is quite an old game now, released in 2004, so 11 years old. Crikey, that makes me feel old. But there's also a lot of interest because Roller Coaster Tycoon World, which is basically the fourth entry in the series, not counting the rubbish 3DS version and mobile versions that were released to us, unfortunately. But yeah, there is a fourth game in the works for the PC, which I am actually quite stoked about. So I thought in celebration of that we would revisit a classic. I've never done any content on Roller Coaster Tycoon on my channel previously, but I have played it a lot in my early days. Early days of life, that is, not early days of YouTube. So feel free to come and join me, and I think we're going to go for... I was tempted to go for the career mode and maybe go through some of the scenarios, but I think it'd be more exciting if we kick straight off into Sandbox mode. We'll go for a new game. And I fiddled with the resolution in the options file, not in the in-game options, but in the options file, so that we can get the 1920 by 1080 resolution that you're seeing here. And I had this game installed last, probably about a year ago, maybe 18 months, so I might have some custom sceneries and whatnot that we can play with as well. If we go to walls there, yeah, we've got some Shy Guys custom scenery, so I'm sure we'll be having a fiddle about with those. And I think I've got a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of custom music that we can stick in if we so forth desire. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get started. And maybe we could begin with some terraforming, something which I've never been particularly good at actually. I don't think the tools here are all that useful for shaping the land. Things never seem to go the way you want them to, at least they don't when I do it. But we'll see how we get on. So maybe we can look at going for like a lakey area and then some hills and mountains, maybe some valleys or something over here. I'm not going to go for a whole lot because I do want to leave a little bit of space for actually building rides, which would be a pleasant idea. So what's this? Is this? Yeah, we'll go for that and we'll max the size out. And yeah, I can definitely hear some custom music playing. I think this is from maybe from Alton Towers or some other theme park. So I went on a downloading spree a couple of years ago and got some theme park music to use in this theme park building game. Don't know why I did that, but there we go. Right, so let's start doing the biz here. Just want to make this nice lake area, and I don't mind it being quite a big one, but it doesn't have to be massive. I know everybody likes going over rides, going over water on their rides, so maybe that will do nicely. Mind you, we don't want it to go too far down because that will actually limit the height we can build our roller coasters over it. So maybe we'll just bring that up just a tad so it's not too low. And we'll see if that fills with water. No, I'm not sure why the water's flashing, that's annoying. This is an old game, as I said, so there's going to be a few bugs that we're going to encounter because it wasn't built for our modern day computers, obviously. Right, shrink that back down a bit and let's get our water back. That's not too bad. I've seen uglier. Right, we'll see how we get on with a lake of that magnitude, and if we go back to raised terrain we can, yeah, let's create some ridgy type areas maybe around here, like so. We can put a roller coaster behind there and maybe through here with some tunnels and what have you. Maybe a couple of hills as well, just for the fun of it. Okay, I think that'll do nicely. Maybe something just over here as well. We don't want it too flat, it'll look just a little bit unnatural then. And we can stick trees and forests around as we are playing. There's no rush to do that immediately. I said we was going to go for some gorges or valleys or something, didn't I? So maybe we could just do that down here as well. We go for a nice canyon. We could put a ride down there then, couldn't we? If we are so inclined to do so. Right, a little bit rough, but we'll see how we get on. We can always do some more terraforming later if there's something we are not a fan of. And it is fairly easy to level things out if it gets a little bit tricky. Right, so here's our park entrance. We've got our inspector here already. I'm going to go ahead and delete this path, because it's not a very exciting entrance really, is it? What I'm going to do is not name anything. I haven't named the park yet. The reason I say that is it's not much, but you know, a little way to get you guys involved. You can choose the names for the rides and the park and anything else that we decide to build. So first of all, by all means, tell me what you think we should call our park. Just stick a suggestion in the comment section. If you like someone's comment or someone's suggestion, then go ahead and like it, and then in the next episode we can go ahead and choose one of the more popular ones, and we can do that with the rides also. So how do we want to do this? I haven't got any designs whatsoever in mind. I think we'll just start building the path and go from there. What path do we want to start with? The crazy paving, the underwater tunnel, the ornate. The ornate might not be a bad entrance. We want to impress our guests as they come in. But I think tarmac, it's quite neutral themed, but it has some like impacts for our guests as they enter. I don't recommend, although it would like make it look prettier, building triple paths or double paths, because it does confuse the guests. What you can do is split the path up like thus, and build pretty things in the middle. At least that's the sort of thing I'm going to be going for. So we'll just go for a basic 3-prong fork design there. Maybe join that up again just about there. I'm only going to do a little bit and then we'll get a ride in and see what people think of that. Right, so scenery. Stick some pretty trees in, mate. Oh, it's been so long since I played this game. It's going to take a while just to remind myself where everything is. So the thing is, do I want trees and pretty stuff in here, or do we want shops and stuff of that nature? Let's just go for the former, I would say, for now. Maybe we could go for some of the topiaries or some flowers or tulips. Then we'll go for some flowers. Large flower bed, look at that. So it'll smell nice for our guests then as they enter the park. And I think we'll go for a nice fence as well, a picket fence if we can find one. Should be a picket fence somewhere, shouldn't there? Safari fence, that's no good for us. It's not going to be under there. I thought there was like a white picket fence. Where's it gone? Like I said, it's been a while, so... Okay, well, we'll leave the fence idea for now. Unless it's a path item. It wouldn't be a path item, would it? No, but while we're on path items, we could actually do with sticking some benches and what have you down on the floor for folks to use. Maybe some jumping fountains down the middle here. I'm not sure if they can jump over the flower beds, but either way it'll be cool. Log benches. Put 2 there. 4 there. And another 2 there, like thus. A couple of dustbins or trash cans, whatever you want to call them. Whereabouts? Oh, they don't want to use a skull one or a space one because this is a bit of an unthemed area. So we'll just stick a couple of these in the corners. And a couple there like that. Do we need some lights? Just trying to think some lamps, because come night time we might want to create the ambience that would otherwise not be present. I mean, it doesn't seem like a wise idea putting them in with the water fountains, but there you have it. Okay, we'll just stick some there and some there like that. It's not the most exciting opening, but it is nicely symmetrical. So how we're going to do this, obviously we've got the lake over here, so we're going to build some rides around and over that. I want to try and create the park quite compact if we can. Reason being, I want to maximise the space that we've got and get as many rides in as possible. One of the things I do like about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is that the maps themselves aren't too stingy. So it is rare to actually require the entire space of a map before you give up on your park or whatnot, but we'll see how we get on. Maybe we will use it all, who knows. We've got to start off with some gentle junior type rides. Maybe go for the merry-go-round, always a traditional staple. So this will be our first ride that we are building, and we'll plonk it down. Maybe we could plonk it there actually, because it might be a nice sort of focal centre point for the park as people come in. It's got to be cautious, and bear in mind we need to have a queue system, which I think we'll do like this. So yes, people are sort of seeing it from the behind, but it's still a kind of focal point, if that makes sense. And we'll go ahead and build our path there. Probably just go for the generic queue path. Doesn't need to be a massively long queue, because let's be honest, who's going to queue up for a merry-go-round? Mind you, it is right near the entrance, so you never know, but I'm happy with that. I'll just close that so I can sort of get the gist of where we are coming from. Okie dokie. It's not looking too bad. And we'll just call that carousel. I won't do a request a name for this in the YouTube comments, since it's not the most exciting ride in the world. Carousel, that's how you spell it. Music. What have we got for music carousel? Okay, so we've got the good old carousel organ music. I think we'll just leave the traditional colours. Maybe just change the colour of the queue. Is that the queue colours? Yep. Nice bluish colour. And I'm trying to get the middle bit to be blue. I think that looks a bit out of sorts, I'd say, in all honesty. Just trying to match it up a little bit with the actual ride itself. I think that looks a little bit better. That'll do nicely. And we'll go ahead, stick a couple of shops and facilities before opening up the actual park itself to the general public. So as we're playing in sandbox mode, we won't need to be worrying about the money situation. Neither will we have to worry about research. We can basically build what we want, when we want, and how we want. We have the freedom to do that. I'm going to build a little bit of a section around here where we can stick some facilities for people to use if they feel so inclined to do so. Oh, it's being a bit annoying the way the path is building there. Do you want to go from there or from there? I think from there. Get a nice symmetrical crossroads then. And just trying to think how to design this so it looks somewhat pretty. Put a path down the middle. Put maybe a couple of shops in surrounded by trees. And we can build some buildings around them. I mean, we could build some like buildings there, couldn't we? Maybe we'll do that. We'll go for the food hall. What should we put here? Some burgers. Yep. Some drinks in the middle. food things to choose from. Maybe some fries. I mean, to be honest, the Burger Hut should really be selling fries, but there we go. And finally, some... what else would people want? Some pudding, I guess, so maybe some donuts. Traditional theme park favourite, of course. And we just need to build, perhaps, hopefully we can, the way we've laid this out, a building around it to be utified up a little bit. Let's go for something, perhaps a tad generic. Let's see what Shy Guy's got. We could go for the kind of Disney style, theme parky style theme if we want to. Let's see where the wall assets are. Ah, here we go. We don't want the angled ones though. Okay, that's an angled set. Let's see what we've got that isn't angled. We've got some nice labels here, even if we don't use the rest of the theme. Ah, here we go. Turn around. Okay, pretty happy with that. Now you can copy and paste, but I'm not going to bother for the time being, since we're only building a small building. We'll go for a double. No, I don't want to go for the same colour there. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, we could go for some windows. Can't quite get them to match up unless they're supposed to go into an angle like that. I don't think so. I know, need to turn them around, that's why. Is that facing the right way? So it's a little bit of an intricate job. This, yeah, it doesn't matter, it's universal. Somewhat useful. Of course, this is just a facade, there's nothing in there for the guests to see, which is why we're better off placing these windows slightly higher up than ground level. And we can go for maybe some windows right there in the centre. We could stick that there, don't see why not. I know it just contradicts what I just said, but the guests aren't real anyway, so what difference does it make? Maybe one on the other side. Now we'll leave it for the sake of time. What I do like is you can overlap these walls, so you don't need to worry about collision detection. Now it'd be nice if we could find some way of... Actually, I wonder if we could put that there. Yeah, we can. Okay, we'll delete that because... Right, just not very good. Anything smaller? Yep. That's more like it. Can we get a 3H with a window in? No, I don't think we can. That's going to be a little bit too big, isn't it? What is that? I don't know, but we won't use that. Okay, we'll use the 3H then. And one thing I do like about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is you can make things as intricate as you want them, or not at all. So if for some of you the idea of, you know, making these kind of buildings is just, whoa, I'm not doing that, then you don't have to, it's absolutely fine. Right then, and to be honest, I'm not going to do it a whole lot, I wouldn't think, throughout this playthrough, but seeing as how this was the first well, the entrance to the park, it might be a good idea to have done so. So we'll stick some of these in. Perhaps. About there. Come on, let's just turn around. The one thing I do not like in this game is that you can't, as far as I'm aware, turn the map around. I don't actually like those roofs. They seem a bit untextured. Or are we supposed to paint them, do you think? Somehow. Ah, right, yeah, we are supposed to paint them. Okay, what I'm going to do... delete them. Don't like it, the way we've set that up. Right then, we'll turn that around and see what sort of colours we can go for. Red. With a kind of reddish... possibly. That's just weird. Okay, we'll see how that goes then. Do you think it's supposed to be overhanging? Nah, I don't want overhanging. Okie dokie, and I honestly can't remember how we can copy, because we could just copy that to do down here, but we won't. I probably shouldn't have closed it. I'm not quite finished with the roof even when we've done this bit, so just bear with me. One more. Mind you, this building looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? Probably should have not had the standard grey colour, or whatever it is. Right then. Have we got one for food here? Could just go for the Emporium sign. Let's just see what we've got. Cornice. Yeah, not going to work. Just want to make sure we do something else to the roof. We could just stick some tiles around the top of it, some of these corner things. Maybe some balconies. Put those on the side here. It's a little bit too big, I'd say. Okay, I'm probably just going to leave this now, to be honest with you, because I could be here all day. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing you've ever seen, or the prettiest building you've ever seen. But alas, it is just a quick attempt. Stick a tile in the middle. I don't actually think it is in the middle. Is it? It's pretty close. Well, that's not too bad actually. I've seen a whole lot worse, you know. I'm actually quite impressed with how that's ended up. What I'll probably do is put some facilities here, maybe do a smaller building so that this one isn't overshadowed as people come through the park. But yeah, I think that one's turned out not too shabby. So we'll leave that for the time being, and then we'll go ahead and finish the episode. I might put a couple of facilities in here and then pick up next time. If you want me to, as I said, you'll have to let me know. I don't know what my channel fans are like in the way to Roller Coaster Tycoon in regards to this game, because I've never, as I mentioned, spoken about it before, so who knows. But yeah, let me know what you want me to call the park, and hopefully I'll see you for another episode shortly. So take care guys, and see you soon. Bye for now.